Hello and welcome back to more algebra. In this video we are going to be doing some more advanced equations. This is the two-step equations and then 3, 4, some of them 5 and 6 steps. So these are going to get gradually longer. But if you have learned your one steps, these will not be as bad as they could be. If you have not watched the one-step videos, you need to do that first, or this will be very confusing. So you need the piece item number 8, which has 4 of these circles again. Your largest one is the steps, and I went ahead and printed those in for you so you wouldn't have to copy those. And while I've got this up here, we're going to start with this first section, which to me is the yellow section. Let me just go ahead and take a picture of those steps so I can refer to those. And let's go back to the piece. Whoa, I'm not sure what that was. The example piece is what I'm trying to get to and not doing a very good job. Let's paste our steps here. Some of these are familiar. It's just that if you notice this time there are more steps. The one steps were shorter problems. You know how to do these steps, it's just that there are more of them. So let's start off with this first one, and let me white out my 5x minus 8 is negative 12. And let me just confirm that 5x minus 8 is positive 12. 5x minus 8 is positive 12. So here come our steps. The first one has not changed. Draw the power t. Find the variable and the constant. Then notice step 3. It says to move the constant by adding or subtracting. So what that's talking about is this one right there, the negative 8. I need to do the opposite of negative 8. So I'm going to say positive 8. And I'm going to do that on both sides. Cancel and copy. 12 plus 8 is 20. Move the coefficient by multiplying or dividing. In this case, we have to divide it. Divide both sides by 5. Cancel and copy. So x is 4. So you see that I'm doing those same types of equations that we've done. I'm just doing 2 of them in one problem. And that's why this is called a two-step equation. You've got to do 2 sets of canceling and copying. Okay, let's go up to your turn. And let me zoom in here and do just a little bit of editing. And then I'll write that equation back in there where it's upright. So I have negative 3x plus 5 is 26. First step, draw the power t. Variable and constant. Then you add or subtract your constant, and in this case I need to subtract it. You do the opposite of what's already there, and cancel. So you have negative 3x is 21. and then we're going to divide that coefficient out of there. Cancel, copy, x is negative 7. 21 divided by negative 3 is negative 7. And you can use your calculator to get that if you need to. Okay, let me do 10 of these with you just for practice. So I'm going to turn over to a new page and start a new section. We're going to call this two-step equations. I wanted to give you 10 examples in addition to those on your circles. So here's number 1. 9c plus 1 equals 10. Power t. Keep it organized, very straight and clean. That's important. So variable, constant, and we're going to move that constant first, right here. Do the opposite of what you have and cancel where you can. Copy. 10 take away 1 is 9. And then we're going to divide away that coefficient. Cancel. Copy. 9 divided by 9 is 1. And that one is already standardized if you put the equal sign in there. You don't have to rewrite it. And there's your solution. Notice that shape is still there. That upside down Christmas tree is what we're going for. Number 2 is 6y minus 5 equals 7. Power t. There's variable, and there's constant. Gonna add this 5 to both sides, and it'll cancel here on the left, and on the right we end up with a 12. And then we're going to divide away that 6. That is a coefficient, so it divides away. And I'm left with y equals 12 divided by 6, which is 2. Number 3. 8 equals 3a minus 4. Power t, and this time the constant is on the left and the variable is on the right. And I need to get this minus 4 over there to the constant side of things. So I do the opposite of minus 4, the inverse. Cancel. 8 and 4 make 12, and I copy the 3a. And then I'm going to divide away that coefficient. So a on this side, 4 on this side, but we need that to be standardized. So a equals 4. Number 4. M over 5 plus 9 is 11. Power t. Variable, and I am going to go ahead and put that ghost 1 there with that variable, and then constant on this side. So let's bring our 9 over to be with the 11, and I have to minus 9 to move it, and I'll cancel that out. So I'm left with 1/5 m and then a 2 on the other side. Got to do the opposite of 1/5, which is 5/1. Cancel and copy. M equals 10/1. So in standard form, M is 10. That's a pretty tough problem right there. It even looks pretty scary. But if you rely on those processes, you will get your answer. Number 5. Where'd he go? There it is. 13 plus 7x equals 27. I know this one looks a little different, but the processes do not change. The x is the variable, so it's on the left. The constant is on the right. And that 13 needs to move. Now remember, I told you if you don't see a sign, it is positive. So to do the moving, you do the opposite, which is a negative. Cancel. You're left with positive 7x, and on this side, a 14. And then we're going to divide that coefficient out of there. So x is 2. And that one is standardized, so you don't have to rewrite it. Number 6. Is 17 subtract q equals 6. And I do want to put a ghost 1 in front of my q because he needs a coefficient. Alright, q is the variable, and 6 is not variable. 6 is 6, and that's constant. And we need to move this 17 over there with the other constant. Remember, it's positive 17, so I will subtract 17 and cancel. So I'm left with minus 1q, and 6 take away 17. You can put that in your calculator if you need to, but that is a negative 11. Then we're going to divide out that coefficient of 1, negative 1, excuse me. You want to take the negative with it. Cancel, and q becomes 11. That's a tough one. These are all tough. These two-step problems are not easy problems. You notice how orderly and neat those equations should be. That's very important. If you can't read your own writing, these get very, very tough quickly. Okay, number 7. We'll go to 10. And here's number 7. I have 3n subtract 31 equals 2. Power t. Variable. Constant. And we need to move that 31 over to the other side. It's a minus 31, so I'll add 31 and cancel. So 3n equals 33. And then let's divide the 3 away. And we're left with n and 11. It is already standardized, so let's just write the solution and be done. Number 8. 1 plus 2r equals 35. Power t. Variable. Constant. And I need to move that constant 1, which is a positive 1. So let's take 1 off there and 1 off there and cancel. So I'm left with positive 2r and 34. And then I'll divide away the coefficient. So that r is 17. 34 divided by 2. Number 9. 40, I can't read my own writing now that 44 plus n over 3 equals 50. Power t. Variable and constant. I am going to go ahead and put my ghost 1 in there with that n because it needs a coefficient. But the first thing I'm going to do is move that 44. Let's get it over there to the constant team by subtracting it off both sides. So cancel it there. I'm left with 1/3 n. And then on this side, 50 minus 44 is 6. Then flip that fraction over and cancel and copy. 6 3s are 18 over 1. So n is equal to 18 in standard form. And finally, number 10. Got 4/5 of m plus 3 equals 83. Power t. You need to move that 3 first. Before you start flipping your fraction over, go ahead and deal with that constant 3. That's the one that you have to start with. So I'm going to subtract 3 from both sides, cancel and copy, and I'm left with an 80 on that side. Then I'm going to take my 5/4. I'll do that to both sides. So I'm left with m equals 80 times 5, that's 400, and then a 4 on the bottom. And 4 goes into 400 100 times. So m is 100. And those are your two-step equations. Before you go on to the next video, I want you to make sure that you understand these problems very well. If you need to watch the video again, that's fine. You can watch it as many times as you want to. If you have questions, and I would not be at all surprised if you do, please contact your instructor. He or she will know how to help you with these problems. I will see you in the next video where we will talk about some two-step equations with fractions, which you really already know how to do because we learned these correctly to start with. But I'll see you soon. Have a great day.